Hi, everybody. This is Emily, and I'm going to be talking to you about the 10 things that are my pet peeves, pretty much, about the whole American literary agencies. Number one, they don't give you enough details on what they're looking for. Okay, what I mean by that is they don't give you enough to go on, and you're left with, well, what are they looking for? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Um, for me, I was one of my pet peeves so much when I was querying. I thought, okay, why are they not giving me enough details? Why are they rejecting me? I had a good solid idea, everything. But they wouldn't critique my work and tell me why they were rejecting me. Number two, they don't tell you what they like or what they don't like. For example, I queried Meredith Bernstein. She was one was represented by one of my favorite authors of all time, but she just sent me a rejection letter with nothing to go on. She would tell me, sorry, we're not interested in you, pretty much, but she didn't tell me why. So, how am I supposed to know why you're not interested in me so I can improve my trade? Number three, the industry will want to represent somebody that is not talented and has no drive, and seems like the industry is going by trends instead of trying something new. They're not willing to take a risk on people that are very talented. They are willing to, I don't know, reject somebody that could be very talented, and leave you hanging. I've seen a lot of books at bookstores and at Walmart or at other places where they don't give me anything to go on. There's no talent. You can see that in the page, it's just nothing. Like, literally, somebody just slapped an idea and said, ooh, we're just going to represent this person. But they have no talent. And, like, I'll give you an example. Okay, please don't bite my heads off, everybody. This is just an opinion. Uh, I'll give you an opinion. One of the books that I tried reading was, let me think for a moment. It's been so long since I read a great book. Okay, here's a good example. Twilight. I used to be a really great twihard until I grew up. Now I'm not so much of a fan of Twilight because everything is just so cliche. All of it's the same. Nothing to, you know, keep you guessing because all these cliches are used so much. And it's so annoying. Why not try something new? Oh, that's right, because you're looking for the same thing and used over and over and over again. Okay, I'm gonna stop before I get very passionate and I start ranting. Number four, they don't tell you, they don't critique your work. Now, as a literary agent, if I were a literary agent and I didn't want to represent somebody, I'd at least tell them why I didn't want to represent them, so that way they could improve their career. But a lot of literary agents don't look at it that way. At least to me, I think whenever a literary agent, all they care about is money so much, and it's not so much about, the trade, trying to, represent somebody the positive way. you know, or give them a reason like, oh, we want you to improve your career, so your future career. So we just want to, you know, tell you what you need to work on so you can get better and not make the same mistake over and over again. Okay? Why not do that? Why just say, oh, rejected? Number 5. The trait, a lot of your literary agents will go with what is trending rather than, stand out and take a chance on I guess what they would call a newbie, because everything is just so automatic. Now, as a writer, you want to make your work stand out and not go by what is trending. Write with what you want. I mean, this career, something you're trying to build, started out as a hobby, and you want your work to be noticed. So don't do what is trending. Do your writing the way you want to write. Don't care what literary agents will say to you. It doesn't matter. You're writing for you, and your work needs to be noticed for your sake. But if you're doing what is trending, it is not good, because you're doing with what everybody else is doing. You're being a follower, not a leader. Number 6. Standing out. A lot of literary agents do not like trying new things. As an author, we strive to stand out, to do what is not the norm. For me, the first project I ever worked on, it was more or less for me, but I was trying to see if I could get it noticed from a literary agent. This particular person did not tell me that she was not into taboos. There was no, things that what we're not interested in and what we don't like to talk about or read about, I guess you could say. And she was not impressed by the whole my whole manuscript, my whole idea. But yet she didn't tell me why, and it was obvious the way she wrote my rejection that she was not into taboos. Literary agents, if you're listening, let your potential clients know what you're not interested in. If you are not interested in, say, taboos or anything else, let them know. Critique them. Let them get better at their trait. Okay. Number 6. I do not like, and one of my pet peeves of all, is I do not like writing the same old, or being told what I should write rather than creating my own work. A lot of literary agents, whenever you sign a contract, they trick you into signing a contract without, letting you know in the fine print that they have creative, what's the word I'm looking for? Create a creative foothold in your work. In other words, they can tell you what you should and shouldn't write. As an author, we don't want that. We want our work to matter to us and write what we want to write. Number 7, the thing I hate the most is looking for a literary agent and thinking that I hit the jackpot and they give you so much hope and everything and promise, but then they say, oh, we're not interested in you. You wrote this rewrite for nothing, or you misrepresented your work, or everything was not what they wanted, what they wanted, or represented how they thought it should be represented. They like to control the way that you represent your work. If it's not up to the way they want it represented, they will just reject you. They will cut ties from you. They will not even look at your work. And it seems like once you start saying query after query after query, it's all the same thing with American literary agencies. And it's all the same thing. Miscommunication, miss everything. It's just not cool to give hope to somebody and let them know that you don't stand a chance. And the final pet peeve that I have, number 1 pet peeve that bothers me more than anything is I can't even say it out loud because it's so aggravating. They don't tell you, or you do so much research on the literary agency and think, this is the place for me. They represent my work. They seem to like it. It's unique. It's what they're looking for. But it's not what they're looking for. Because they're looking for the same old. Come on, people. Step out of your comfort zone. Take a risk. There's a lot of writers out there that have a lot of talent, but you're wasting your time with the same old shit different day. You are not. I've seen so many books that are so freaking boring, and when I read the first page, it's like, ugh, this is awful, take it away. But yet, there's a lot of potential manuscripts and authors that could make a lot of difference, could be represented, could have what they want. But no literary agent is willing to take a chance on them, and they get discouraged. And sometimes they even give up. What I encourage people to do is not give up. If you're not into traditional publishing, you're looking for a literary agent, there's independent publishing houses. There is self-publishing. There's other places where you can put your work out there too. There's not just traditional publishing or literary agents. And plus, the literary agencies are, to be honest, fucked up. Because they only have one way of thinking. They don't like to step out of the box and want to represent somebody new. It's always the same trending. All they care about is trends, not about taking a chance. I do not understand that, but that's just me. If traditional publishing is for you, by all means, take a chance. You might get lucky. But there's a lot of different avenues to try. Do your research when you get to that point. Do what you need to do, and you might make it. I have been writing since I was 16. I'm 31 now, and I'm still learning as an author. I used to do self-publishing, and I finally I wanted more out of it, so I thirsted for more success. So now I'm on the road to having a great solid idea. And because I work so hard, I'm still working on this idea. Now I got a rejection letter from Entangled Publishing. And I can understand why. I reread my work and everything. They gave me their critiquing, stuff I needed to work on, and told me that if I have any future projects to resubmit. The good thing about independent publishing houses is they will tell you what they what you need to work on. They will critique you and tell you the reason why they rejected you, and encourage you to resubmit to them if you're really interested in them. Thank you, and have a great day.